Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Ann, and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review the finale of Crash Course in Romance, and I mean, all I can say is I think it's kind of what we expected, right? I mean, how else would they wrap this up, really, right? Um, but anyway, let's go back to 15 first, because I felt like episode 15 was so much. I mean, it was a lot, right? First of all, Dong-hyo, we saw how that ended. If you haven't watched, spoiler alert, obviously we saw he jumped, which, by the way, I have to mention something. I feel like, and I've watched enough Korean dramas, I feel like when it comes to suicide, they make it so like normal. So normal, like, that's everything, that's how people do it. I get it. I've heard Korea, the suicide rate is really high. But to normalize it on shows, I think it's the wrong direction. People just jump. Oh, they just, if you can't deal with life, let's just jump. Like, I don't know. I feel like in the future, the writers, the production should be a little bit more sensitive to that. Like, it's almost like we're just making it so normalized. Like, if you can't deal with life, just go ahead and end it. And maybe we need to discuss more about, live for something. And what was sad was Dong-hyo said, I have nothing else more to protect. You are the only person that I was here to protect. And clearly now you found out who I am. And clearly you don't approve with what I did. And so what else is there? His sister was dead. He had killed his mom. Now he's been found out. He's been killing people and he's involved in all kinds of crime. And he's just like, well, I'm not going to sit here and take the consequences. I'm just going to jump. So for that reason, I was just like, wow, they made it look like, okay, let's just jump. I don't know. Anyway, that's just me. I just feel like there needs to be more sensitivity when it comes to suicide, instead of making it so normal, like, okay, Anyway, so I thought that was interesting. I love that Hae Seong was there for him when he was so depressed, after Dong-hyo obviously died. I really felt like their relationship really got stronger for that. And then it was nice to see Hae finally, wake up, and that relationship with her mom. Oh, I was just like, oh Lord, when she said she wanted to go back with her to Japan, and I get it. I think she was almost like, look, I have given enough trouble to my aunt. I think that's what she was looking at it. So let me go now and let my mom do the right thing and let my aunt live her life. She's now dating. She can do whatever she wants, that kind of thing. And I really thought it was really like sad the way she was just like, I'm going with my mom, and it's almost like to the aunt, I don't care about your feelings. That kind of hurt me. I was just like, did you all of a sudden just forget that this person has been the person who's been in your life this whole time? And even the uncle, Jae-woo, was just like depressed. Like, really, is she going to leave us? She's really going to leave us after all this time? We've been so happy. So I was so happy to see the mom, Hei's mom, decide, look, let me go to Japan. I came, and clearly they had a nice thing going, and I have issues. I have money issues, and now I have created a wedge between them. I'm glad that she saw my daughter's happiness is more important. I need to remove myself and let her go back to school, do her SAT or CSATs. I think here we do SATs. They do CSAT, I think is what I saw. Anyway, so I was glad to see her like leave. And I believe she became more, it's almost like she grew as a mother, where I feel like now she's going to be more involved in Hei's life. So I was happy to see that. The other person that I was happy to see that, got better with Sanjay's mom, I just loved how it turned around. And now she's, after she was given her punishment, and Sanjay had to drop out, which, I was happy for him. I'm like, less pressure, just take the GED, you're fine. And then I was glad that the mother finally like snapped out of it, like, look, I need to protect my family. And how she made up with the first son, that they went on a trip. She took her time. Oh, I love that. I was just like, finally, lady, family is more important, not just study and getting into these universities, right? And then Suya, I was so happy to see that she also has gotten better. She's happy. By the way, when the mother Suya's mom found that the husband was cheating, the way she beat him up in that restaurant, that was hilarious. And I love that Suya was like, look, if you want to divorce him, go ahead and divorce him. I'm fine. Almost like, look, I'm not that fragile like you think I am. Go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. I'm good. But by the way, I love the relationship of Suya and Guion. I'm like, wow, are they dating now? Like he was like, I did not know she was this kind. So that was nice to see. And then the other thing I did love was Sanjay and Hei finally. First of all, when he told her that he liked her, she was like, denied him, and Guion laughing at him was hilarious, right? And I'm glad she said, look, maybe later, but not now. And then obviously now in episode 16, we saw like, okay, finally she accepted, which was nice to see. The other relationship that developed really well was Young Jo and Jay Wo. The fact that now they're dating, she's pregnant. I was like, oh, that is so nice. And then obviously we have Mr. Choi and Hae Young. And first of all, you all know how I've been talking about her clothing. I couldn't believe that it got worse. Who gets proposed on, or who goes to make a proposal when you're wearing this jacket coat that looks like a tent? She looked like a tent. She looks like that she was 9 months pregnant. Like, what the heck, directors? What the heck, producers? Why are you making her look that bad? She is a gorgeous woman. Making her look terrible. There was extras in the show that were more better dressed than she was. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. It got worse. It got worse. I was hoping her sister from Japan would have been like, girl, you're dating this guy. Let's up this wardrobe, right? Like, let's make it better. When they went shopping, when he was looking for creams, I thought she went shopping, to spruce herself up. The clothing got worse. Even that one section when Hei is done with her big test and she's there waiting for her. What the heck is she wearing? Like this puffy looking huge jacket. She is not a big woman. Like, what is it? Did you hate her or something? Like, why make her look so frumpy? Every scene, it got worse. I could not believe it got worse. You are gonna propose. He was gonna propose, and that's what you wear for your proposal? Oh, come on. You guys did her wrong. You did her wrong. That was not necessary. She's 50, but she is not dead. Like, come on. That was mean. I did not like that at all. I don't know. I guess you are really trying to push that she is 50. And I'm like, this is 2023. Have you seen 50-year-olds nowadays? They don't look like grandma. Maybe in the olden days, people looked. Have you seen 70-year-olds, how they look now? You would never know they're 70, okay? Come on. Don't do that. I was just like, it got me even more upset. And I'm like, they're proposing and that's what she's wearing. Yeah, I didn't get it. Almost made my point in the fact that their chemistry was just not coming through, right? And then now you make her frumpy looking and then it just makes it look like their chemistry wasn't jiving, right? I was just like, oh. Anyway, glad that she went back to school. She wanted to become like a sports instructor, finally passed. That was nice to see that she was doing something for herself. And finally, they're gonna get married because they got engaged. And all in all, it was a good finale. I don't know how else they would have finished it off. I think they finished it off as it should have. If I was to give a rating to this show, because I feel like the name of the show does not tell you what really happens in the show. Crash Course in Romance made us think of a romantic comedy, but it really was not. There was a lot going on in this show. We had, dating of, she's older, he's younger. We had crazy parents with education and driving their kids crazy. We had suicide. We had, case of abuse, really like Dong-Hyu. His mother abused him. So there was a lot going on. So I don't know about the name of the show being Crash Course in Romance. Totally does not tell what this show is about. It should have been more like, I don't know, society and its pressures, because it really showed a lot of issues with society from, dating a younger guy and how people looked at her, and then she ran a store, and then he was a rich guy, and then you've got the parents with their kids who are driving their kids crazy with the education. We got suicide. I don't know. the name definitely does not fit the show. So if I was gonna give it a rating, out of 10, I would say 7. Okay, a 7. Is it a good show? It was good. However, there were definitely some areas that just didn't translate. Their chemistry didn't get there. And don't get me, like I said, her clothing was even crazy. But all in all, I mean, it's worth a watch. But we definitely, I guess what I can say, I think we've seen better, right? We've seen better. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. I know you're gonna let me know what you thought about the finale in the comments section. Please let me know. I'm always interested to hear what you guys thought. I want to remind all of you, on Friday, Glory Part 2 comes, March 10th. My birthday, by the way. So please don't forget to watch that, because I cannot wait to see how they conclude that show. That is so fantastic. If you have not watched Part 1, go ahead and watch it. I reviewed it also. You can watch my review. But please join me next week. I'm gonna review Glory Part 2. And as always, I'm always grateful that you always join me and participate in the comment section. And if you do like this video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And I'll see you next week. Deuces.